Welcome back to Action Fan and welcome back to Off the Shelf. Today we're going to be bringing one more guy down off the shelf and trying our hardest to find some room in cupboard one for him. Something's got to give. We're running out of cupboard space. We've either got to get a new cupboard here or we're going to move to the back room. Without further ado, let's get over to the shelf. Today we've got to bring someone down, and I think today it's going to be this guy. Marine Combat of 1971. Let's get him over to the table. Come on, mate, let's get you down. Let's go ahead and find out about this guy. Like always, we look in my book first, then we go to Action Man HQ. Here's my book that I read from. Right, let's find the Marine Combat. Okay, in my book, he's listed as the Royal Marine, which is what he is, but the Action Man labelled him as Marine Combat 1971. Right, let's don the bin. First off, he came on a quartermaster card. Within that came a beret, jacket, trousers, gaiters, boots, belt, pouch, a bayonet and scabbard, and a Sterling SMG. Now, I know I haven't got a bayonet and scabbard. That's something I keep missing off. The basic Marine combat uniform has a jacket of the same pattern as the parachute regiment, but in a plain light green material. It has a zip front, pockets, and stretch fabric cuffs. Note the brown coloured scarf. Now, that's something we haven't got. The pouch is outsized in comparison to the figure and is made of a dark earth coloured material with a single buckle. Yeah, now I've always thought that about these uniforms. I am not a military expert, but I do believe a lot of the pouches on the webbing, and this pouch in particular, is way oversized. He also has plain green trousers, which have a left thigh pocket with a pointed flap. Right, now looking at this, I've got the wrong trousers. I do not have a thigh pocket. Mine has got 2 pockets on the back. So I'm quite disappointed about that. Right, okay, moving on. In my book, they've used the gaiters from the British Infantry Soldiers of the Century. Now, this guy did come with some pretty unique gaiters. I have replicas here, which were wraparound ones. At the moment, I'll show you, I've got some brown replica elastic ones that I put on there. Right, so we need trousers and we need a brown scarf so far. Right, the beret. Now, in this picture, I think, once again, for artistic license, he is wearing a later issue beret. I do believe this guy should be wearing a cloth beret. This has got no badge on it, so I don't know if it's the same as the Tom Stone beret or whatever, but let's read on and see. Now, again, like you guys have pointed out, this isn't always accurate, this book, but it probably will tell me that. The green polyurethane beret illustrated is a 3rd issue beret and has a more rounded shape than the original issue. A 1st issue piece was moulded on the same pattern as the green beret version. The 2nd issue version was made of cloth. Right, once we go on Action Man HQ, we'll find out a bit more, but I do believe it is the cloth beret he's supposed to be wearing. Sterling submachine gun. The Sterling submachine gun replaced the Sten in 1953 and remained in British service for over 4 decades. The commonly used banana-shaped magazine held 34 rounds, but the Action Man piece depicts the shorter straight version. This is one of the last elastic strap weapons. The strap rings are silver, and a 4-cord elastic strap is in itself thinner than the other weapon straps. I'm having a quick look at mine. Yes, it has got silver rings, and the strap itself, as you can see, it's lost its elasticity like most of them do, and I generally replace them. Not always, but sometimes I do. Right, move on to the belt. The belt is of the double thickness heavy weave fabric commonly used for these pieces. Right, mine isn't. Mine is the thinner one. The buckles are held in place by metal loops, which mean that the length of the belt cannot be adjusted. First issue belts have adjustable plastic loops. Mine is pretty odd. In the middle, I've had to put a 3D printed piece that I made and painted gold. So it's got 2 hooks, no eyes. Was this some kind of reject? Very, very strange. But for now, that's what I've got and that's what I'm using. That's all it says. I'll give you a last look at the book. Try and get you out of the light. Let's look on Action Man HQ. Right, the Royal Marine Combat description. The Royal Marine Combat was part of the famous British uniform range and part of a set of Royal Marine uniforms. It ran for only 2 years. The Green Beret is similar to the earlier Flock Action Soldier, only it's darker in shade and has a badge of the Royal Marines in brass pinned to the front. So actually, looking at my beret, it does look quite light. So this might not be the correct beret. You guys know better than me. If you've got this uniform, please let me know, is that too light? For now, that's all we got. So we might be using that. And also, obviously, we need to find a badge if we're going to use this. It shared the same boots as the Soldier of the Century British Infantryman. So it has the lace-up versions. His Sterling submachine gun was brand new to the range, and he was the first recipient. A later camouflage version of this uniform, along with the plastic webbing, was launched during the Eagle Eyes period. It was card number 34129, and it was the Action Man Marine Combat. It came with jacket, trousers, cloth beret, scarf, Sterling submachine gun and clip, pouch, puttees, web belt, bayonet and scabbard, boots, the Royal Marine information leaflet and equipment manual. Some notes about this uniform. The Marine Combat is one of the rarer uniforms. Good colour matches between zipper jacket, trousers and pouch are sometimes a problem, as a few shades exist. While Royal Marine mountain and Arctic pouches are sometimes dyed to replace the lost original pouches, they can be spotted as they have a heavier weave fabric. Now I remember, I think I paid 30 odd quid for this pouch. And the reason why I paid more than I wanted was the fact that I knew it was rare as rocking horse poo. The beret elastic is often shot, and the small marine badge can often be missing. A lot of the time when I do my uniforms, once I put them in the cupboard, I forget what they need to be updated. So now I've got myself a little handbook, and again, excuse the writing, but I'm going to put the title of the uniform and I'm going to say what I need. Now, every uniform that I look at, I'm going to add them in my book. So when I'm at a show, I'll be able to know what I need. Right, the Sterling submachine gun should have an elastic strap and a magazine clip, which I've got. Putty should be a golden sand colour, not the light sand of the first issue parachute regiment or the ginger colour of the later variants. Now that's really interesting. It's going to be quite difficult for me now then, because obviously there's 3 different shades. I do have a set, and I'll show you where I got them from. These are replicas, and rather than using the front of the cloth, the sticker asking me to use the inside, so this colour, so that they obviously realise that that's a better colour match. For now, I've just got brown elastic ones on there. The khaki belt does not have an adjustable slider. I told you my issues with my belt. A part set of the jacket and trousers were also available on an accessory card, and these can often be greener than the whole outfit version. The whole outfit versions were a browner colour. The current Action Man of 1971 and 1972 had flocked hair and hard hands. So I'm going to show you a few pictures. Just to mention, the zip on my jacket is busted as well. So you have to try and repair that, or if not, at a later date, I'll be looking for another jacket. So really, it started off this video that I thought I had the majority of this uniform on. I also thought I had the right beret. Now I'm not so sure if it's dark enough. So I've kind of realised that sometimes it's quite easily to be fooled. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to put these reproduction putties on. I am tempted to keep this plastic green beret because I do prefer the way they look and just get a badge. But I will see how it looks with this and I'll show you guys and we can make up our minds which version we prefer. Because once again, it's my collection and I'll have it exactly the way I want to. Just a quick question for you guys out there is, did Action Man make a helmet that was suitable for the Royal Marines? You guys let me know in the comments, please, because you guys are wealth of knowledge. Right, let's go ahead and try these putties. It's quite difficult to manipulate some of these parts, right? So just to let you know, this is what I use. And I have actually put them the inside out way round, which is what they wanted. What I will say about these, be careful when you're stretching them if you buy the ones I bought, because they are starting to fray. Don't want to be doing that too many times. I think eventually they will snap on the thinner end. Let's try them with the beret on. I've never been great at putting these berets on. I don't know about you guys, but I always struggle to get the flap over one side. I don't know if it's the way the berets are made. I really don't. But let's go ahead and see if we prefer it with this beret on. Well, actually not too bad. I'm not a military expert on uniforms. I've never wore a military beret on these. You get a bit of a gathering around the back, but you can kind of hide it. I don't think that looks dreadful. So maybe for now, we'll keep him in a cloth beret. Right, so that just about wraps up this uniform. Sorry if it's been a bit all over the place. It actually threw me that there was so much that he needed. We'll do a quick recap. We've got a broken zip on his jacket. He has the wrong trousers. He's got reproduction gaiters. He really should have hard hands, but I'm happy to live with that. We think he's got the lighter version of a beret, but we need a dark one. It definitely needs a badge. We need a brown scarf. And I would say apart from that, he's finished, but there's quite a bit. So all that's left for me to say is Action Man, Marine Combat from 1971, get in the cupboard. Here he is over at the cupboard. We're trying to find some space for him. Now, the obvious thing to do is to have this guy, and the Royal Marine Mountain and Arctics together, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the others. Right, bear with me. I'm going to go ahead. Second issue Royal Marine, my first issue Royal Marine, and we've moved everybody else over a little bit. So we've made a little bit of room for him. Thanks for watching this latest episode of Action Fan Off the Shelf. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next exciting